Today, I'm going to give you 5 regrets of student athletes that came before you that if you just heed this advice, could better your experience as being a student athlete. Number 1, the first regret of former student athletes is picking a major that is the equivalent of washing your hands with soap. Something that's going to keep you eligible, but not something that's going to feed your family afterwards. Now, I get it. You're there for your sport. If you're anything like me, the only reason I went to college is because I wanted to play sports. I wanted to play basketball. That was the only reason. I wouldn't have graduated high school without a doggone basketball in my hand, let alone going to college and actually getting a master's degree. That's the only reason why I went to college. If there was no sports in college, I would have not have gone. So I get it. If you're the person like that, it's like, man, listen, Bill, I like to hoop, or I like to play baseball, or I like to run track, or I like to play volleyball, whatever your thing is, that's okay. But understand this. You are cheating no one but yourself if you pick a major that is an underwater basket weaving major. Wash your hands with soap major. Something that's just going to keep you eligible. Something that's going to improve the team GPA, but it's not going to improve your doggone salary once you graduate. You're hurting no one else but yourself. And guess what? No one's going to step in and say, hey, Billy, you can do better academically. We can put you in a tougher class. Said no coach ever. And I'm not bagging on coaches. Coaches were the only ones to get across to me. It certainly was my 6th grade teachers that failed me. 8th grade teachers, special education classes that I took before I went to college, right? So I'm not bagging on coaches about saying that they're not going to put you in tougher classes, because that's not their job. Their job is to win basketball games. Their job is to win competitions, whatever sport you play. If they care about your academics beyond just being eligible, even better. But that's not their job. They're not bad people because that's not their job. That's not their job. That's your job. That's not even your academic advisor's job. That's not your parents' job. That is your job. It's getting to the point. Yeah, after 18, guess what? You're an adult. This is your job. You got to take on that responsibility. But understand that you got to pick a major that stretches you enough that you have to study. That stretches you enough that you know that there's going to be a market for you to go into after you graduate. You got to do it for you. You're not doing anybody any favors by getting a doggone 4.0 GPA and washing your hands with Dial soap. You're not helping anybody. You're hurting yourself. It may seem like you're helping everybody, because when coach goes through the team and says who's academically ineligible, and he never has to say anything to you, you may feel good at the time. But once you graduate, it's hard out here getting jobs. It's hard. It's hard. Don't make it harder for you because you went out there and got some doggone. Don't put yourself in a position. Ease at this moment right now makes it more difficult later. If your life is so easy right now in college, I mean, it's going to be difficult later. I'll get into that in my next point. 2, playing through injuries. I know you got the Mamba mentality. I know you want to be like Michael Jordan when he scored 60 in Madison Square Garden. I know you want those heroic stories gas you up into believing that I gotta be like this to be great. Let me tell you something. You get one body. One body. That's it. One body. Okay? You do not play through being injured. You do not. I know you're not thinking about it right now. It may sound even icky for me saying this, but one day you may be a father. You may be a mother. And you may want to pick up your freaking kids. Okay? You may want to play with them. But if your back is jacked up because you want to play through the pain to show how competitive you are, you're going to be short. You're going to be in a bad predicament. Okay? Take care of your body. That means resting. That means not showing up right before practice to start practice. That means stretching. That means going to the athletic trainer because you showed up an hour before practice. Taking care of your body. You get one body. You're not any more competitive because you're willing to play through pain. I know you're looking on TV and you're like, but those guys are doing it. They're making millions. They're making millions. Okay? It's different. Your body is still developing. You're still growing. You got a long life ahead of you. Take care of your body. You get one body. Don't play through injuries. Take care of your injuries. Ice, recover, heat, doggone. Athletic trainer should be your friend. Tape it. All the things they prescribe. I'm no athletic trainer, but you know what you need to be doing. Let them people advise you and do what they tell you to do. Right? As far as physically. Now, I'm not endorsing you be doped up on doggone pain pills and all that stuff. I don't endorse that. But as far as the things you're supposed to be doing, stretching, warming up properly, getting to the athletic trainer well before practice, loosening your body up. And if you do get hurt, taking it seriously, not trying to play through the pain, that's important. Number 3, we're going to get into the finances because I care about you. This is just not about your sport. And I kind of talked about this in my first point. When your life is easy right now, it makes it difficult in the future. Okay? So financially, we're talking about loans. Now I get it. Some of y'all got to take out loans. Ain't no wrong with it. Ain't no shame. There's shame when you're taking out loans for leisure activity. Spring break, what we in March? Yeah, spring break is coming. Don't you take out no loan talking about no doggone spring break. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. It is foolish. It is foolish. You can go without. I know FOMO is a thing for y'all. That's a big thing for y'all. Y'all. Listen. Those debt collectors, they're like the mafia. They're going to show up on time, on the hour, every hour, coming to get that bread. You hear me? You ever heard of somebody garnishing your wages? Look it up. You don't want that financial responsibility for something you just, that you could have avoided, right? For classes, that's different. Actual things you need, that's actually different. But you can struggle in college. It's okay. You will not die. You can struggle a little bit. Heaven forbid, eat some top ramen in college. Listen, you got a stomach like a garbage disposal. You can do it, man. I believe in you. I know it don't feel good. But this pain won't last always. You understand? You're just uncomfortable. And so many, I'm not going to just put this on just student athletes, just students in general, just people in general. They try to avoid all types of discomfort at all times. And when you do that, you end up paying more in the long run. You end up paying more in the long run. You think about it. Anytime where there's some inconvenience, people try to not make those people inconvenient by charging them more for something they could have gotten at a lesser cost if they just would have waited. I can think of all kinds of things just come off the mind. Fast food, vending machines. I can go on and on and on. Understand that if you would have waited on that meal, that home cooked meal at home, rather than going to fast food, in the long stretch of it, you would have spent less money. You would have spent less money. If you wouldn't have been snacking and paying $3 for some doggone chips in the vending machine, you would have spent less money if you just waited at home, cooked your home cooked meal, prepared your meals, meal prepped, da-da-da-da. So what I'm telling you is this. As far as doggone taking out loans, it had better been dire need. I got one last class to freaking graduate. Let me go ahead and get this doggone bread, and I'll pay it back as soon as I can before they start hitting me with interest. That's the type of mentality you need to have. Not, I'm going to spring break, man. YOLO, dog. We got to go out there, have a good time, turn up. No. It's just not responsible. I'm giving you this advice because I care for you. Okay? Big Brother Bell here to save the day now. I'm telling you, do not spend loan money on leisure activities. 4, there's a popular narrative academically that grinds my freaking gears. And it is, it's just a low bar. It's like, oh man, I know y'all heard this. Let me know in the comments if you heard this. Oh man, you just got to show up for class. They'll pass you, just show up for class, man. That's foolish. And that would never work at your sport. So these people that try to popularize this narrative about I'm more than my sport, I can't tell. I can't tell. All right. Here's the thing. You could never use that in your sport saying, oh, coach, I just came here. I'm just going to show up for practice. I'm just going to show up for practice, coach. I'm here. Go ahead and give me an A. They're like, no. They want you to bring 4.0 GPA effort when it comes to your sport, but 1.2 GPA effort when it comes to your academics. And then wonder why you can't see yourself beyond your sport. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think I can figure it out. I think I can figure it out. And it's from this mentality of I just got to show up to practice. I just got to show up to doggone the class. No, you need to do more than show up. You need to invest. Invest in the class. You need to raise your hand. You need to talk to the professor afterwards. You need to be on dang near first name basis with that professor. You need to study. You need to apply yourself. You need to be hanging around with doggone nerds in the class. And that's not disrespectful when I say nerds. Just academically astute, academically high achieving people. So hopefully that stuff can rub off on you if you're not academically inclined. That's what you need to do, man. I'm trying to tell you what the regrets of student athletes and regrets of myself. This is myself as well. It's going there with this mentality, this low bar. Oh, I'm just going to show up. Don't take roll, man. Just show up when you get ready. They don't care. You should care. Don't tell me that they don't care. You should care. At the end of the day, this journey about being a student athlete, it is on you. Your name is going to be signed at the end of that doggone receipt. Yours. Nobody else cares. No one. They are just merely tolerating you. And this is no knock against them. 4 years after you graduate, try to find these doggone college advisors. Try to find these coaches. Try to find these doggone people that was advising you and see how many hours of their day they're going to devote to you. Then there's a new batch of students. There's a new freshman every year. They ain't got time. So I need you to focus. And I need you to understand that this is a golden opportunity academically as well. Not just athletically, academically as well. Get as much as you can out of the situation academically. Do it. And it goes into my last one. I kind of alluded to it in that one as well, but let me tell you something. Stop hanging around people that are just affiliated with athletics. That is another regret. People just saying, well, I can't hang around with them. They're NARPs, non-athletic, regular people. I want to hang around with just athletes. A big regret of mine and many student athletes I've talked to that have played in college is you need to get more comfortable of connecting with people that are not like you. We have regrets that we did not network enough. We didn't build enough friends outside of our doggone sport. And let me tell you why this is important. This is something that nobody will tell you but your big brother Bill. When you get out here in this doggone workforce and you're looking for a job, they would lead you to believe that, Billy, it's just about your GPA. You get on the GPA, you get the dean's list, get the right major, and you're going to be set. Yeah. That's not how it works, player. That's not how it works, player. Let me tell you how it works. Those positions that are based off your GPA and your major, those positions are entry-level positions, okay? They can get your foot in the door sometimes. You know how to get paid in these different industries? You know how they decide who gets that bread? It's the people they know, like, and trust. The people they've already built relationships with. That's who sometimes, here's another thing that you may not know as a college student. You may not know this. Let me go ahead and put you up on game. Sometimes they post positions because legally they have to. Not because the job is actually available. They already don't give it to doggone old boy. because they went to school with this person. They was a part of the same Greek letter organization, social club. They was on the same basketball team. They were on the same doggone student government. They were just friends. They used to kick it at these doggone kickbacks. We're just cool. Who you think they're gonna hire? That person they've already known, like, and trust, or this person that just has the GPA? I'm trying to tell you the truth now. I'm trying to tell you the truth. Listen to me, okay? Listen to me. This ain't you ain't new. It may be new to you, but this ain't new. There's been student athletes that came before you. There will be student athletes that come after you. Learn from our mistakes and our regrets that we think that if we would have done differently, would have changed everything. And I'm telling you, if I would have had a wider net as far as my networking, I wouldn't have to hustle so hard as far as in my career. I've seen it. So that's from a selfish standpoint. I get that. But that door opens both ways. You could help other people as well. When you're the person in position trying to find a good hire, you can be like, oh, I know somebody can do this. They got a degree and I know them as far as their character. I know them as far as their integrity. Why would I just go off somebody's resume?